histograms. So the next one is linked histograms, just using linked histograms, and the name of the tool that the author of the book gave it, and he was the original author, is Attribute Explorer. I have a demo and we'll do some videos before I go back to Collaborate Ultra. So let me, if you get the videos, go to lecture slides. We're at lecture 4. So the first one is kind of a longer video, and then we'll move to video 6 after that. And I think they're talking, so I will not talk. 3, okay, starting in 3, 2, 1.
How do you find one desirable object from among a collection of objects? Finding a house to buy, for example. There are two principal problems. First, requirements are usually loosely defined. Second, the user may have little knowledge of what is available. The price of a house is an important attribute. Here's a histogram of all available houses ordered by price. Each house contributes one small block. We can specify our maximum and minimum price limits. The green houses are those that lie between the limits. Here we see the green houses in the context of all houses. But there are more attributes of interest. For example, the number of bedrooms and the size of the garden. Each attribute has its own histogram. A house is represented once on each histogram. But the histograms are linked in that the choice of limits, and hence the identification of green houses in one histogram, is communicated to all other histograms. This Attribute Explorer helps you discover the unexpected. There are some 5-bedroom houses. I wonder how much they cost. The Explorer supports qualitative exploration. For example, to see how price is related to the number of bedrooms and garden size. Here, the yellow circles indicate averages and help interpretation. We can, in fact, combine selections on all attributes. The color coding is a most important feature. Black houses fail one limit, dark grey houses fail 2 limits, and so on. That's valuable sensitivity information. By offering a higher price, this black house turns green. Color coding is especially valuable when there are no green houses, when none of our limits are satisfied, because the black houses show me how much more I have to pay, or how many fewer bedrooms I have to accept to achieve a green house. In this respect, the context of the green houses is a major feature, without which the Attribute Explorer would be grossly impoverished.
I like those two words at the end, grossly impoverished. Here is the this one doesn't seem to have sound, and I think they're showing the same things. I'll just skip it. We can go straight to the demo. Now the version that I have here, you can go to bin for binary attribute explorer bin. You can unzip it from Blackboard. It's going to be right here, Explorer 0.4. If you ever want to use it, it starts like that. Hopefully, I never know when I come next semester if it will run. So it does have some files already built in. So there's some data files already in the demo. A cars and a house database. So we already seen the house. Let me kind of go to cars. And here are all the attributes. Each row is one attribute. It's not the standard view of data. It's just a description of the attributes. It tells you how many values, how many null values, minimum, maximum, and so forth. So for example, I can get city miles per gallon and engine size and highway miles per gallon. Those should be correlated. Let's see, luggage capacity. And I can take the selected and add them to a bar charts view. I think in this oh, it didn't like it. Okay, now this is better. So it's a little bit easier to see, and I think they use colors more efficiently. That black and gray, and it wasn't that great. So you can see brushing. So as I go to each car, it kind of tells me everything about this car. Also, there's a pop-up, but you can see where it fits in there. Just a little bit of correlation if I kind of select a range. So you can see that the ones that have low city miles per gallon also tend to have low highway miles per gallon. And if I kind of interactively move it from left to right, it kind of tends to move with me. It feels like I'm moving it on the bottom as well. That's not necessarily true about luggage capacity. It tends to be much more spread out. If I don't trust that, I can, let's see, put back in and let's go here. Again, as I move them, the engine size and luggage capacity, there's not correlation, and there's not much correlation between the other ones. You kind of tend to be everywhere. And the other thing they were showing, you can do searches or queries rather. So now I have nothing selected, but in order to select something, I need to get to one of the light purple ones. So that's the whole idea of sensitivity. And again, it looks a lot like Easy Chooser, but Easy Chooser would take these and would flip them down horizontally. So each bar that goes up right now will be horizontal. And by the way, what you're seeing, I'm not sure if it was clear, but the x-axis is the miles per gallon. So there are two cars that have a city mile per gallon of 28, this one and this one. It's just a normal standard histogram that we talked about. A few things. One interesting thing, I don't think for this one the order matters that much in which you place them. So if I take this panel and move it here, and I'm not sure if I can even move them. Maybe I can. Yeah, I can click on one and say make it first. But it's not really changing the way the visualization looks like. So that's not important. The other one to consider is right now I have 4 data dimensions. So I have 4 panels. If I add 2 more, how many more panels would I have? Well, I have 2 more panels. So now I have 6 total. Kind of more things. I can change the layout. If I really want 6, I can place them like that. So I see all of them. But every new data dimension that I have one new of these panels. It's just one more. It tends to look a little bit bigger for Easy Chooser. it was a lot. It was just one line that I would put in. So in a way, it's a lot. It's a little bit less efficient on space, and maybe you can see it because there's a lot of white space in some of these. Uh, there's no bars kind of in this area, so maybe that's why. But it's a little bit less efficient on space than Easy Chooser. Um, and other than that, it's just a lot like it. Um, add one dimension, you an Easy Chooser, you just add one more line in there. Uh, Here you add one more panel. So that's kind of how it grows.